Today I posted a video and I was kind of suggesting that the people who say that they are about truth and love, that they stand up and give representation to it. I tried to indicate by way of what I was saying that for those who say they are representatives of God and this is their purpose in life, I wanted to let them know that based upon my understanding of evidence, they don't have the evidence, and that they, by failing to present the evidence thereof, then perhaps they're still sitting on the bench of the anti-God. And I would do that. Sometimes I do it. Sometimes it gets funny. And I was thinking about that today after I had made that post, and I started laughing because I saw a joke, and the joke was me. The joke was me because I believed long time ago the things that I say to you. I believed them with all my heart. I believe that when you are suffering from this or that you are being robbed, and that you're supposed to make it known to those powers that have that kind of power to fix it for you, and expect them to do it, and more than that, require that they do it. Now I realize that the system that we live under does not support that type of thinking, but to me, this is the proper way of thinking because it eliminates the pain and suffering that people endure throughout their lives, and this is what I'm about. Now, I've done a lot of uh, uh, checking the communities out, studying what people do, just to be aware, just to know, and made some very important decisions about very important things about life when it comes down to suffering and the pain that folks go through. Now, I used to say that, if I go out and do public speaking and motivational speaking, I I felt when I was a young man I was ready. And when I made a decision that I was going to serve God and do those things that to me God wants done, and that is to represent God, be the mouth of God. When I see pain, be God's voice. That ain't right. When I see suffering, be God's pain. That ain't right. But not just say that it's not right, but to say this would make it right. And so I was excited about that. I just figured I came out here, all the people gonna be ready. And my voice was gonna come out here spreading the love of God, and we was gonna have this world changed by now. I really did. I walked these streets. I ran for public office. I ran for president, United States senator. I traveled all over this country, most of it, a lot of it, not most of it, and did a little stint overseas while I was in the military, still trying to champion these things about this wonderful life. And I must admit, I'm sure it touched somebody. But as far as having an impact on the conditions of life, every year I see the life getting worse and worse and worse. And it would just got kind of funny to me as I thought about that today, because all I wanted to do was to see it happen and to make sure that I kept myself to the plow. Is that the pain and suffering that you go through, I was going to go through a lot of it, not all of it. Some of you go through so much pain and suffering, I don't want to even go that low, but I still go through some. I know your house is constantly needs some work, and you don't have the extra money and going in debt trying to get a loan to repair your house and working hard trying to deal with this. So your house sometimes suffer, your cars suffer. I know this happens to you. I know it happens to you. Why? Because it's happening to me. I, you know, don't work for money. I work to make a difference in the world. Now my wife works for money, and that's the only way we're surviving. But at the same time, can you imagine what the difference would be if I were working? Now that doesn't mean that I would really be working making any money, but let's just say if I were making some money, at least a number of these things would be taken care of. I'm sure we'd have additional problems like everybody else. You don't get out of the problem. But anyway, by me not, by me dedicating myself to the cause of liberation, the cause of freedom, so that we can all enjoy life and the benefits of life. So I sacrificed. So I figured that by me looking at my house needs some work done, and I can't afford to get it done. We can't afford to get it done. This big mouth I got, this righteousness that's inside of me, I'll stand up and let the world know that this stuff is not right. And when they come to look at my house, they say, well, at least he know what he's talking about. And when I say that, I'm talking to all of you. I thought when I was young, I wanted to really do this when I was young. Now I'm fooled around and got old. Haven't had an impact. And I got to work very hard now, because if we can't change the way we do business in America, if we can't glorify God together, then I'd like to be a martyr trying. I really would like to be a martyr trying. I don't want anything else to take me out of this life but to stand up for what's right, stand up for love, stand up for God. And when I say stand up for God, I mean every last one of you. Those who don't know God, those who hate gut people, those who are bigots, every last one of you. I want the love of God to open up your eyes so that you can see that none of that stuff is necessary. You don't have to lie, you don't have to cheat, you don't have to steal, because we are all one and we're each other's brothers. We protect one another. We are the answer to our prayers. And that's why we're on earth, to be that to one another. We didn't come in here to destroy. For some strange reason, we've been deceived and start doing that. But it's now that we hear the truth, learn the truth, accept the truth, and change the way we act, and bring this nation to a beautiful, beautiful nation. I don't think I'm asking too much. This is the word. This is my heart speaking to you. This is what I want. This is what I committed myself to. Now, who is against everybody having peace? Who is against everybody having prosperity and freedom? Who is against everybody having happiness and joy? Who is against everybody's dream coming true? And to make sure that this happens for everybody, and nobody got to go choking themselves to give somebody something for nothing, that everybody got a career that gives them the greatest joy for doing it. Who's against that? Any of you against that? Nobody? Well, we've answered all the positives. So it seems now all we got to do is make that move. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying, it was a joke for me to realize what I was saying about you. I represent it. Till next time, goodbye.